As you can see, we got a decent amount of snow, a good 12 inches. It's quite a lot compared to the last time that I was here. It was probably about 2-3 inches. Now we have 5 times that, so that's awesome. It's almost sled season. I'll be able to take my snowmobile here soon. But today, I thought I'd just come back, check if there was any damages, because with the snow, there was some pretty decent winds, and there was a lot quickly overnight, so I wanted to come see for damages. I'll give you guys a quick little update. I know some people wanted to know about my little treehouse, what's happening with all that, so I'll give you guys an update. I have some food, so stay tuned for the cooking. I know some people love that, so I'll show you guys a little bit of cooking. It's not super in depth here. All I have is a fireplace and a plate, so it's really not complicated. But I know some people like the cooking videos, so I'll include some of those. I have a pretty decent meal. A nice pork and cheese little brochette thing, a little shish kebab, so that's going to be super good. I have some berries and some chocolates and stuff, so yeah. Thank you guys for joining me again. I try to make videos as often as I can, but for my newer followers and subscribers, I try to post videos every Friday when the weather permits. I am officially off work for the season, so hopefully I'll be able to come here more often, stay here a bit longer, even during the week. So stay tuned for that during the winter months. And the snow is falling off the trees, and that almost crushed the camera. So I'll move the camera and I'll bring you guys along. Here it is in all its glory. I have to patch the roof holes that are left. I made a very crude roof. There's no tin on it. Winter came a lot quicker than I thought, so sadly I didn't have time to put any tin on the roof, but I'm not worried at all for the wood. And I didn't have time for the door, so yeah, what you see is pretty much what it is. I'll give you guys a 360 view, but super simple, super quick. In total, I worked on it maybe like 5 or 6 hours. The issue was just getting the wood here, since I am pretty far, but I had my ATV and my little trailer, so it made it a little bit simpler. I'm sure it looks a whole lot better on camera than it does in person, but if I go over here, you see it's built on a tree. Very crude way of building, but nothing is very straight, so on top I kind of just put logs. I cut trees, put logs. I just wanted to build the walls and a roof as fast as possible. The roof was my main priority, so you can see that the snow's falling on me, but right on top of there, there's a good like 2 to 3 inch gap in the logs. I'll probably just cut some planks and fit them, or something very simple. In the end, I'm still pretty happy with the result. Everything came out pretty nice. There's still some tools and screws underneath, but that's in the snow now, whatever. My ladder is extremely unsafe. Last time off camera, I wanted my hammer and it was still in there. I climbed up the ladder, it was fine. I went back down and I was climbing down the wrong way, so like facing forward, and a step gave out and I almost face planted into the trees and the branches. So that could have ended badly, but I held myself onto the little treehouse. So I still have all my teeth, but the steps really aren't solid at all. I'm not even sure which one broke, but yeah. So as you can see, missing a door. The door is missing. It actually doesn't exist. I didn't do it yet. So that's a project for another day, maybe even this winter. No idea. But yeah, I just need 2 hinges and I'll make it super simple, kind of like on the cabin. I didn't mention it this video, but so far this thing is going to be for like very light storage, maybe some tools, but mostly for my solar panels. Pretty much I want my 1 or 2 batteries to be in here, and the wires are going to go down and into the solar panels that will be closer to the cabin. So that's the entire purpose of this thing. I don't care if it's not airtight or anything. It's going to be a super, super simple build. It's like 95% done. But yeah, super simple. Okay, so I had some a decent amount of wood already split, so I didn't do too much splitting, but remind me to add to clean the chimney. It's going to be 3 years or 5 years. I don't know. Since when have I built the cabin? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But when was my first video in the cabin? I have no idea. Like 3 years maybe? I don't have no idea. But I usually heat the cabin with some nice pine. This is white pine or spruce or I don't know, Christmas tree. I don't really know what it is. But you can see the fibers in here. This one's a pretty good example. They're all nice and spread apart. Spruce or pine or any type of conifers really, it ignites like that because there's some resin in there. That's not really tree sap, it's more of a resin. It has a bunch of medical properties and everything, but more importantly it ignites like that, so it's pretty much like natural gasoline. You could get a dry chunk and have a lighter or even a dead lighter, just a little spark, and it's going to ignite, so it's very good for heat. But snow is falling on the cabin. The only downside to it, the resin, is that when it burns, sometimes the fireplace gets a little bit cooler. It's not always max temperature because you don't feel like cooking like I do in the cabin. You don't feel like dying. So the resin and there's a name for it, but I can't think of it. All the trash that is in the wood smoke sticks to the chimney, and in a few years, if you don't clean it out, it could clog the chimney and cause a chimney fire. So yeah, this stuff burns super well. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the sound, but it's a very very light thud. So it's not a very dense wood, super easy to split all year round. Doesn't matter if it's summer or whatever. Soft wood, super easy. Then if I take, this is maple, like if you could see just the size of these little pieces of firewood, this weighs nothing, this is heavy. Super dense, burns for a very long time, clean burning. There's no, well, when it's dry, there's no tree sap in it. But the thing is that even for a small fire like mine, small fireplace, if it's not super, super hot, sometimes if I put even a log of this size, that little piece of firewood, it takes quite a while to burn. So yeah, well, to burn, it'll burn for a long time, but it's gonna take a while to ignite. Also my wood isn't super dry because I don't really care. I don't really let it dry all year round. So that's enough pro tip firewood talk for today. I'll bring in what I have. I have a decent pile. I'll show you guys, and I'll stack that on the inside. more. You can see the pile on the inside. That was very few logs, and I'll be good for quite a while. And I don't want too many stacked up either, because the fire can actually dry these out on the spot when it's really hot in here. So the least there is, the better it is for me. It doesn't take up a whole lot of room. I could stack something up like all the way up to here. It's really not ideal. Cabin is just a mini mountain cabin. It's really a hunter trapper's cabin, so I don't want it overflowing with wood. I'm not a beaver. Fire is heating up. It's actually hot already in the cabin. Started this thing probably 15 or 20 minutes ago, but I already put the wood that I just cut from outside that you guys just saw. I already stuck some logs in there. You could hear it sizzling, and I'll be honest, there was some snow on it. So yeah, I'm trying to concentrate the heat on this rear circle, because I will put my plate on there and cook my food. So I'm trying to concentrate the fire as much as I can in the front. About ready to start cooking. Fire is doing its thing, heating up the stove nicely. Take the fan off, put my little plate on the stove. Not sure if it's hot enough, but yeah, seems about good. I have this massive, damn, it doesn't fit. Fine. Well, so far, smells amazing. It's sizzling, so I guess that means it's cooking. But I'll open the door just so you guys can actually see something. Makes a pretty big difference for the camera. Like I said, the meat is pork, and I went to a butcher for this. It's not like a superstore thing, but yeah. And the cheese is like that type of cheese that doesn't melt, so it's like witchcraft, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, cheese doesn't melt. I'm not sure what type of witchcraft that is, but you know, whatever. I thought it was like milk and cream and it melted, but I guess not. So yeah, that's doing its thing, cooking. Like I've said before, I have a pretty big stove. The door is open and it's 26 degrees or 80 Fahrenheit. So yeah, very, very hot. And here you go. Here is the nice Canadian wilderness right out the door. So yeah, it doesn't matter if the door is closed, open, doesn't matter. Stove just heats up. wish you guys could smell what this smells like, because it's amazing. But yeah. Thought I'd do a little bit of cleaning up while that's in there cooking the other side. I might come back in, it's gonna be burnt, no idea. But let me know if you guys like better outside cooking videos on my fireplace outside or on the inside. I know it's a little bit darker on the inside, but it's authentic cooking. On a fireplace doesn't get more traditional than that. Here's a quick look of how much snow is on the roof. It's a good 3 to 4 inches. With all the heat from the cabin and also the chimney that's really just making it rain around the cabin. The big spruce is just raining down snow. It's also melting pretty quick, so it's not excellent for the cabin. There's not enough on the cabin roof to make it a decent insulation, but there's enough to be extremely heavy. Oh, I'm getting rained on now, but all the snow falling is extremely wet snow, perfect to make a snowman. Makes great snowballs, but it's very, very bad for the structural integrity of a roof because it's so heavy. I'd rather have 2 feet of snow on the roof of powder than that. That's very, very bad. Snowball just fell right on the camera as I hit record, but you could see very, very slushy, very wet. I'm not sure you guys will be able to hear this, but yeah, it's raining pretty bad underneath the big spruce. Smells so good in here, guys. So all this looks ready. Hopefully it's not overcooked, but take this, take it off, and it's time to eat. I know it was hard to see in the cabin, but here it is outside. Man, perfectly seasoned, great cheese. Just the butcher left it marinate. It's awesome. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys are having a good dinner, at least as good as mine, because man, these pieces are massive too. I honestly don't even really like pork. It's one of my least favorite meats, but went to a local butcher yesterday, got this. It's amazing. It's ridiculously tender, so good. You know, I could take it and just pull it apart with my hands. Usually me, pork is like more of a dry meat, not my favorite. And I don't like anything that's fatty, so sometimes pork has a lot of fat, but this is awesome. Oh. So good. I've been getting a lot of comments and messages. I know some people, they message me on Facebook, which is fine if you have a question or something like that. But it's pretty cool to see some people send me pictures of just their cabin, what they're up to. They ask me questions, you know. I don't mind. I'll chat with you guys for a little bit if I'm not busy. So yeah, just leave a comment down below if you have a question. Let me know what your favorite cabin meal is, because This is like top 3 with steak and pickles. This is it's really, really good. I wanted to bring a pickle today and I forgot. The cheese like marinated itself. It just like lightly squished itself. It's not like burnt or anything, so I don't know. It's like black magic witchcraft cheese. I don't know what this is, but yeah, super, super good. Has like a crust from the meat on it. It's really good. Not sure if you guys can even see the color on this pork, but man, I'll catch up with you guys later because I'll actually start eating. I don't want to bore you guys to death while I'm eating. I'm almost done. I have 2 pieces of cheese left and 1 bite of meat, but honestly, probably one of the best meals I've ever had at the cabin, or even like top 10 in my life. Started washing it down with some good old brisk. I love this stuff. It's like this juice of the gods. It's just, for people that don't know, it's just iced tea, but man, it's good. I know some people say I should do videos of like waking up in the morning, or even overnighters wake up. I have a bunch of coffee pots here. Make some coffee, even eat dinner like I am now. Crack open a beer, but I don't drink coffee, or I don't drink beer. So yeah, I'm more of a water and juice type of guy. I don't drink liquor or anything like that. So a few juices, iced tea, and water, it's good enough for me. Look at this cheese. Look how nice and marinated that is. It's not even burnt. I'm just like scraping up the entire plate with like the crust in there and all the marinade. It's awesome. No more. Yeah. I wish I'd have running water here, but I don't think it's ever going to be possible. I could just wash my dishes and wash myself even. But yeah, for the dishes, usually if I don't have much or I don't use a paper plate, like now for example, I saved the paper plate because I ate in my little mess kit pan or plate, so I saved the paper plate. I don't have to bring more, but this I'll just bring it home or like wash it out in the snow or something. And I have my fork. Honestly, I could like stick it in the fire, wash it. It's a simple life. It's honest work. The hell was that? Gonna have to go check that out, but I'm doing the dishes. See, this plate is well, you probably can't really see. Camera won't focus, but plate is about half clean. I'll try to stick it in the fire and clean it up properly. That's what they used to do back in the day. Fire is 1,000 degrees. I'm not sure if the camera could pick that up, but yeah, it's pretty solid embers in there. Embers are way, way, way hotter than an actual fire. So I actually have no idea how I'm going to get this thing out. I don't know, but hey, there you go. I'm just gonna let that do its thing. Cook all the to death. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I wanted to... I wanted to grab these tongs here, but they're 1,000 degrees. They're beside the fire. Do this. Then you come over here and just whip. There we go. Cool that off a little bit. I feel like I'm about to melt the plate, so I'll take it out. There she is, as clean as ever. So yeah, super simple. It's really not that complicated. Fire cleans. My fork. It's a dollar store fork, so I'm not gonna leave it in there too long. Some people might not understand that extreme heat kills bacteria better than soap, but yeah, if any bacteria survives in there, well, I sure as shit won't survive. So try to cool this thing off in the snow. It's either gonna go very well, oof, you could hear the melting snow hitting it, or very bad, it's gonna curl up like tinfoil. Oh yeah, thing's hot. So far, so good. Yeah, so. I don't even know if you guys can see this, but there is, oh yeah, see, there you go, a bit of light. There's absolutely nothing left in here. Just fire marks. So yeah, pulverizes anything that's left in there. Just by the time I ate my meal, probably took like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, did the dishes, and came back inside. You could see right there that the temperature on the fireplace is a lot lower. It used to be about 3/4 to halfway. And these little fireplaces are very, very tricky to run. You have to start them. It could take a while because the chimney's in the back and blah blah blah. But that's the easy part. Then, second hardest part is having enough wood to feed them throughout the winter. They eat wood like crazy. That's why they don't really make these anymore. They do, but for like ice fishing huts or little cabins like mine. Mine's probably 100 or 200 years old. It's very old. I think it's cool. It's period correct, but there's reasons why there's different designs on fireplaces or stoves these days. So yeah, the stove is still hot. If I put this on, you could hear that the steel itself is still hot. But if I take you guys inside, go over here, you'll see the embers are slowly starting to burn away. There is no more flame. Like I said, these things just eat up anything. Chuck anything in there. Like, I don't know what this is. You want to start a fire? There. Throw that in there. It's going to start back up again. But the tricky part, like I said, is to just keep these things fed because they eat a whole lot. Well, see, I was about to turn off the camera, but see, there we go. Fire is back on and going. Can't sit down on my nice chair today because it's all wet. But yeah, for dessert I have some raspberries. I love pretty much any kind of berries. And I also have in my little lunchbox some little chocolate cake things, so I'll eat those slowly. I can already hear the fire. It's blazing on the inside. So I know that when I'll come in, even if I'm only in a sweater, I'll die of heat in there. I'll have to take it off. So like I said, good stoves, they heat up quick, they heat up a lot, but they eat a whole lot of wood. want to thank you guys for all the support that I've been getting lately. I'm at, I believe, 20,300 subscribers. So thanks a lot for that. Every comment, every share that you guys do, it really, really helps out the channel. I see it in the video settings, or video, there's like a real name for it, but I don't know what it's called. But yeah, I could see all the shares, all the comments, everything. I try to respond to at least most of them. When I start getting in abundance, I don't get all the notifications,